Alright, so the purpose of this video is to kind of showcase how the poker mechanic works in this game. It's pretty much to show that poker's not as RNG as people say it is online. And there's also no mods for this. Like, there's no mods around poker dice rolling or odds of playing poker or anything like that. And I don't think there will be, since this game's been out since I was like in middle school, damn near 30, and people are still playing it, and there's nothing around poker. So I'm kind of get into that. I think I'm gonna start out in Ida, kind of like unpacking the game, see what we can find, and then we'll jump into the game again, and I'll kind of show you guys what I found and the conclusions I came to about it. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. Let's see. Damn, where did I start? Like names. Yeah. Poker. Caspo. Hey Poker is what I was looking at. Poker cheat, fold. Fake poker is a debugger for, I don't know how to invoke it or how they invoked it. So like I'm looking for some sort of logic behind how the RNG in poker works. So it's like odds. So there's odds of playing. Found this. Hit space, nothing. X, nothing. I don't know what this is. Doing something weird. Looked around it. I don't see anything. Right. Odds of playing. There's 2 odds of playing. AM odds of playing. Okay. So there's this. This was like M underscore whatever. This was near, I forgot where it was. It was near other stuff that had to do with like other kind of like player stuff. I don't know what this is. It was obvious to me that it wasn't to do with any sort of RNG stuff. So then I found something called uh, random range, or random number generator, whatever it is, and I'm like, this for sure has to be it. Like, what else? There's only one thing named random RNG in this. So I'm like looking at this, I'm like thinking maybe like it's a function or something. Like, I'm not exactly sure how it works. And it's not the case. I can't do anything with this stuff. So eventually I figured out like this is all useless. Like, everything is stored in like dynamically allocated memory. It's not something that's going to be like, you're not going to statically analyze this. Basically, what I'm looking for is not going to be mapped out. The best thing that this all came from was kind of looking through this stuff was pretty cool. You can find stuff like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like I don't know, they like do updates or something, and Red Dead 2 Zombie, I have no idea what this is. It's somehow leaking into this game's code. I don't know. Or like maybe the engine, how they have it is it does these little blueprints and creates these, whatever these are. I don't think these are objects. I don't know. It's clearly something in the game. I found other stuff too. I just can't remember. It was like I found some objects earlier. It was like, I can't remember what they were. Anyway, we'll jump back over to the game. Alright, we're back. Alright, so now for the fun stuff, right? I mean, the fun stuff isn't Ida, because Ida is like you know, you're hanging out, you're listening to music and you're just looking through stuff, not really in a rush, but you want results. So eventually, I can't remember
How'd you
exactly
fall
what
in
I
the
did.
face?
Actually, I think I like
It'd be
looked
my
for
pleasure.
I looked for your poker chips, right? Because it's gonna tie me back to something concrete. Uh, I'm gonna load it. This is all the stuff I've done so far. Everywhere I've gone, it's crazy. So like for sure, it's writing the addresses. These are like all the tables that I've gone to. I'll explain this in a minute. These are the opcode that's being written to whenever cards are dealt. Um, but the issue with this game is it's so big that it's like there's so many different things. There's like a million addresses that are writing to this stuff, and you can't debug it. Like you put a debugger on it to do a break trace, right? I tried to do a break trace. I break traced, went all the way back. It goes back a ridiculous amount. You'll never find anything that's of use. When you look at what RCX is, it's the base pointer to wherever it is you are on the table, if that makes sense. Like if this was a player, like I have player two, right? And then I only grab, I'll explain this in a minute. I only grab the actual value of the cards. And then, so I look into RCX and it would have the base pointer, right? Like here, or this address. And then I would do another one and it would have the same thing. It means nothing to me. And then I put a debugger on it and I get thousands of things writing to this. So it's pretty useless, but it's good to know that it exists there. So, all right, so I'll show you how I started, right? So I started because I kind of want to show this from the very start. It's obviously it's an integer, it's 4 bytes, so 500 first scan.
Why are these cards sticky?
And as soon as chips go out, obviously, you know. See if I can make this right.
I get real lucky on this hand.
All right,
I
boom.
could.
As soon as it changes, 490. It's got to be one of those, right? So what this is, one is a display and one is the actual like value. So you can pause them or whatever you want to do.
Don't forget about me.
Hopefully this doesn't crash my game. All right, so 800. And you'll see it go back down to normal.
This will be an interesting one.
It didn't go back down to normal, so you delete this one. You know it's this one. I can do like 10,000. Watch it update.
I'll check.
And then I can leave the table.
I'd best be off before my
Alright,
luck
that's how that
changes.
works. So I was like, alright, cool. At least I got chips. I know it's real because I can walk away from the table.
Don't see
And
why not.
it's adding my money up, right? So I'm like, obviously it's somewhere around here. Is going to be tied to whatever, right? So, what? Okay, there we go. Alright, so then I got this, right? I don't think this is right, actually. Let's see. I hope it's right. It should have already been. Yeah, see how it's moving now? So I went to view. The reason why this looks weird, you go to view, click here, you go to view, and then you have to display this in 4 byte this. Alright, and you get these little structures, right? So like you probably won't notice it right away. I like would put this over here like this. Right? You can see, boom, like we got something moving around, right? So if you look at this for long enough, you'll be able to figure out some patterns. And it took me, I reversed this game for about 10 hours, just poker alone, for about 10 hours straight, until I figured out like how it worked. So what you can see like right here is where it just happened again, because I know, because I've been messing around with it forever. Like it's gonna seem super confusing and it's gonna seem like I'm making stuff up, but I sat here and looked at it for 10 hours. So like I'm gonna fold, and what I would do is I just get off the table and then get back on the table, and I know he's gonna re-roll, right? Because every time John sits down, he's always the one that deals, because you get the option to steal, right? You get the option to steal cards or cheat cards. So like what I would do, right? That's the first card, right? So I know it's not that value. I'm at the top. second card. Boom, right? You see this change? He just threw a card down. There's a 5 here. Okay. And it changed again. And what I did was I mapped these out, and I understand how they work now. So like the first value, whenever someone like folds or they give their cards up, it goes back down to this number. This is like means 0 basically. And then these numbers, how this works is you just add 2 to that number, and that's the number that it should be. And then I'll explain it later. So like eventually you figure out, right? Like after looking at this for a long time, it goes like there's these little structures in here, right? Like you can see them. They look clear. They're repeating. And I even went to the pointer addresses and like I'd see them change and they would be repeating over and over. So how it works is like let's start at the top. It goes 7-0, and then this is a card. This is an ace. I know that. This is the suit. I don't worry about suits. I just fold off of flushes, and then yeah, it keeps going, right? So you look for another. It's always at the top of these structures. So 7-0, and then here's another one right here. 11 club, 0 is 2, and then diamond or something like that. I have it written out. And then so you 7-0, you see that, and then here's another one. Boom, boom, boom. Right, and just grab these two. You map it out. The issue is, you can see I mapped out several already, and they're changing. So why this is such a pain in the ass, right, is because it has like, okay, these represents the players at the table, right? But it has like a billion places that it has a billion places that it can do. Like it can put these. It's so insane how it works. Like it keeps changing it over and over again. Like you go to a different town, or like it'll do it randomly, like not in the middle of a game. But like let's say you browse, you go to a different town. I can see it on my right side, so I'll let you know when it shifts. Go to a different town real quick, and it'll most likely completely change. And this made it such a headache to figure out because so base pointers don't work. So there it is. It just did it. It's completely gone now. There's nothing. It's completely gone. It completely wiped it. There's this here, but I guarantee you, it's gonna be not. It's not gonna have all the people there. So I'll show you. All right. So I'm looking at the exact same spot in memory on the right side of my screen, and everything is completely wiped. So, I'll show you guys how I actually find it. So none of this is reliable. The only thing I found out that was reliable was typing in, because on the right side, of all of that, when you browse memory for the integer, right? For that number, whatever you're looking for. On the right side, it always has something similar. It's underscore underscore invalid underscore underscore. And as you can see, like this is pretty much useless. String. Right. Okay, it's not here, right? So I have to sit down. The point was to show you this, right? Here's the tricky part about whatever is going on here. This craziness that they've coded, right? The tables only spawn when you invoke a sit down. Like you have to invoke it and then it goes into memory, and it does not exist at all in memory before you do this, which is crazy. Like they're playing the game right now, but I have no idea. Like there's no card. I don't know how it works.
That's mighty kind.
Maybe I need to spend another 15 hours doing this. Okay. So the first thing I check is this. I think that eventually this is gonna add up, and they're gonna run out of places to put this stuff, and it's gonna come full circle, and I'm gonna have access to all of it. Okay, so sit down. Boom, I'm sitting down. New scan. I should be able to find it. Alright, here it is. I'm just gonna delete all of this. I really don't want to. I can delete it because I'm not gonna save it. Alright, so here's what I've noticed, right? It's always in similar locations, obviously, right? So, but it's never directly on the bottom. It's like one up from the bottom. So these are extremely close. So it's probably this one. So I'm gonna try this one. Browse memory, and this is it. This is it. And we can get there quick because we know right away, right, that 7-0, and then this, and then it loops back here. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Again, I guess, because something went wrong. Alright. Player 1. Oh my god. Player 1. There's a structure. So there's a 0. Player 1. I think it's a lot better doing this after everything's dealt out. Oh my god. Alright, we're just gonna do player. We'll name it later. Player. We're just gonna keep doing this. It's not gonna matter. Mm-hmm. 7-0 2. Keep going, keep going. Here's a queen. It's actually here. That's everybody. It's the whole table. Right. Alright, so I have queen, queen 0. 10-0. You see that? See this 10-0? Alright, so I have queen 0. Right? Okay. So I'll show you what happens if you try to like write into it. Like let's say I want, oops. Let's say I want 2 queens. Right? I can't do it right now. I can't. It's there, but you're not gonna be able to see it.
That's more like it. And I'll raise you.
Get past this. So it'll penalize you, like it'll detect that you're cheating, and it'll end the round. It didn't do it. So like, I can see what they have, right? So this is an ace. So someone has ace 4, and ace 4 again here, and then someone has folded, and then someone has 4 and a 3. So,
¿Qué tonterías dices, imbécil?
clearly better hands than me, right?
¿Dónde están las putas? Buenas, ¿qué tal?
Someone's
So
feeling the pressure.
two pair right now is what he has. Everyone is folded out, and now I'm going against the last guy. He has 4-3, right? So he probably has a straight. No, he doesn't. Or he has nothing. He's completely bluffing. Unless he has a flush. There's no flush on the board, so let's go.
I'm going all
So he's
in.
bluffing 100%. All right, there we go. Cool. All right. If I back whip in the table, like it shows up. All right, now I want to show you what happens if I write into someone's hand. See the cards changing? All right.
Who invited the lady?
Alright, so what am I up? I have the same exact hand as
Call
last.
you.
That's what I'm saying. This game can't be RNG. There's just no way.
Cagey, ain't you?
8, right? So we're looking for 6. Someone have a 6. No, no one has a 6. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give somebody a 6. Let's do. These are all cards. Let's do this guy.
Estas son estimables. Los otros son inútiles. ¿Qué sabes tú, idiota?
I'm giving him a 6, which is giving him
no.
an 8. He folds like an
Eso
idiot.
no.
He folds like an idiot. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give this guy the 6. All right, I'm gonna go against
I'll
him.
call that.
So here's a 3 of a kind right now, right? He folds. Oh yeah, no, it ends the round. That was the penalty right there. So it detected that I went into this guy's inventory, and it basically said like, hey, this guy's cheating, and it ended. So it has no idea, I guess, who the player is and who's not the player. It just saw that something didn't add up, and his inventory got rewritten randomly because there's so many things that are accessing this too. And so it ends the round, and it gives the other person the money. So there is like, I think it's so crazy that this is a single player game that was made years ago. They go through all this trouble to hide cards, and they have like in-game cheat detection and shit. Like it's insane.
Al fin de la revolución, ¿qué pasará? Los pobres quedarán pobres.
Me aburres con tu
All right, I'll show you what it looks
estupidez.
like. I'll show you what it looks like when you
I'd best
overwrite
be
your
off
cards
before
and
my luck
like
changes.
proving that this is actually overwriting.
How can I help you?
Maybe you win a little delay.
You sit down at the same tables, like a lot of the times it's reading the same positions in memory.
How you doing?
I'll try and cheat.
Están detrás de la contrabanda. Tonterías dices, imbécil.
Alright. What do I have? A 3. That's a 1. 1 and a king. A king is the other one. Right?
He's
See my
bluffing.
cards. Yep. 3 and a king. Alright, so I'm gonna make 2 kings, right? So I want on 11. Alright. So, and then what I do is I switch out cards, and what this does is there's another place in memory that I found where it's so when you switch it out, there's another inventory slot for your 3rd card. And what's happening is when I go switch it out, it's saying, okay, his last card was the king. Obviously, I just messed that up. That's not my last card, right? So there you go. I'm overwriting it. It's staying there. It's staying in my, like, you can overwrite the enemies too. Like, and it'll stay the same exact card. It looks so silly. It'll stay the same exact card, and it just changes their outcome. So I'm trying to see, maybe it detects this. Let's see if it detects it.
I'm gonna raise that.
I see that someone else has a king. They have a king and a jack. And then this other guy has a pair of 7s. But they could have a flush. No, there's... Yeah, someone... Watch, this is gonna be my luck. Someone's gonna have a flush when I have this. Someone's gonna have a flush. Watch. Okay, no one had a flush. There you go. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty broken. I want somebody to make some sort of GUI that can maybe inject into the game, and you can kind of see this. The only issue, I don't think it's ever going to happen. The only issue is these values, like I said, these values change. So that's pretty much it.